talking about form. And you've all heard about form, but like what really is form? Right? Have you ever stopped to think about it? Probably not. So form is the representation of 3D objects, right? It's the representation of 3D objects in 2D space, right? Your screen, for example, your screen right here, your CRT screen, is displaying 2D images, but you want to draw something that is 3D. Now, when we are children, if we want to draw a person, we draw something like this, right? And that is great, but that is 2D, so we are very limited as to what we can do with this in terms of putting it in space and twisting it. And then if we apply form, let's apply form to this. If we apply form to a shape like this, we get something like that. You see what happened? So once we understand form, we can start doing all kinds of crazy things, like draw the same thing from many, many different angles. Right? Let's give her a face. Hey, Jerome. Right? This is the formless doll. And this is what happens when we apply form to it. Beautiful. Now we can do so much more with our objects because we know how to turn it into 3D with form. Well, that is the basic of what form actually means. Now, in order to learn about form, we have 4 foundational primitives. And you probably know those primitives. The first one is the cube. Right? So a cube without form is a square. Second one, again, if we are a child, we would draw a circle. A circle with form is a sphere, right? If we look at a cylinder, it could be a rectangle. A rectangle with form can turn into a cylinder. And lastly, this is maybe not the most important shape, but there's the cone. Konbanwa, playful punk. There's the cone. Guys, if you have questions, feel free to stop me and ask questions, and I will try to address them. So these are the 4 foundational primitives. If you want to draw from imagination and not just do like tribals and, you know, graphical stuff, you have to be able to draw these primitives from every goddamn angle possible. And you better start practicing it yesterday. Right? So let's just go back and clarify. Form matters because without form, you can't really turn your objects into 3D on the page. Okay. Now let's go ahead and talk about why these basic primitives are important, right? Basically, everything that you look at, if you go around the house, you will find cylinders, for example. This is the first part. This is lesson 1. You will find cylinders. The mugs in your kitchen are nothing more but cylinders. If you know how to draw a cylinder for one angle, you will know how to draw, if you know how to draw your cylinders from every angle, you will know how to draw your mugs from every angle. Right? This is the power of the primitives. I'll show you more examples. If you know how to draw a cube, like this, then you know how to draw a book. Because what happens is it's just a matter now of adding details. Right? This is the power of primitives. And so you can use more than one primitive to construct larger, more complicated objects. For example, you can draw a box, and connect a cylinder to it. And you have the basis of everything you need in order to draw a camera. Right? Because once you understand the structure, excuse me, just adding a couple of details. You can add buttons and a flash, and you can detail out the lens and how that works. So once you understand how these simple primitives work, you don't need and you need to, let's say that you need a camera at a specific angle for your scene. You don't need a reference at the same specific angle. You can position the camera however you like, and then you just need to know where the buttons are, and so you can use a reference just for the details. Does that make sense? And this works for everything, literally every goddamn thing. You can reduce everything, right? You take a cylinder